12 of the top poker players in the world fighting it out in this league format for the final proof on who is really the greatest. Welcome to the PartyPoker.com Premier League Poker. I'm Jesse May, here with Phil Hellmuth himself. Now, Phil, you have to be enjoying yourself. You've won nearly every time you sat down.
When you win 4 out of 5 heats, you're like, wow. I mean, you know.
But you've been having a little fun on the banter on the table, especially with the devilfish.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I've had a lot of fun over here. I think the camaraderie over here on the European tour is fantastic. I noticed that when I came over in the 80s. I noticed it when I came over in the early 2000s. And I kind of like that. We're hanging out at the hotel. We're betting everything. We're having a lot of fun.
On and off the table, it is sport and true sport. We know you're in front, Phil, but let's see who's hot on your heels looking at the table. 7 league matches have been played, and Phil Hellmuth running away with it with 4 wins out of 5 matches. The second last time for Andy Black, bringing him up into the red promotional zone. And Vicky Corn, some good results of late. She's very close to the top 4. Devilfish has been most of the banter. The Titanic battle last time, an unlucky third has pulled himself back into it, into the heads-up zone. Trouble at the bottom, though, and Kirill and Roland have got to get moving.
It's time to take Roland out.
This is going to be a great game tonight. Liz Blue dressed and ready for the kill. Kenna James, is he down to gambling only? And watch out, though, for the banter between Juha and Roland. Kids must play.
You were bantering with him all day. No, he was not cheating.
You said he was cheating himself.
I did not say
he was cheating.
Listen, you were bantering with him all day.
Bantering,
so I want this game played as it is and as it should be and as it always will be, with the spirit of poker behind it.
So you're allowed 1 warning, like he had yesterday.
I'm not.
I'm allowed to do it once to him because he did it to me. He got no penalty.
Listen, 2 wrongs does not make a right, and you will not do it. If you do it now, right, I will be very annoyed with you, Roland.
Okay, I will do it.
You have no more chocolate fingers.
Okay, I won't do it.
This table getting really hot. The league table and 6 more players sitting down. Serious situation. There's a real hot seat out there, Phil, for guys like Kirill Gerasimov and Roland DeWolf. One guy who can afford to smile right now is Juha Helppi. Not only is he second in the table standings, but he has position on Roland DeWolf, who he means to exact some revenge on.
Well, as we see, he is smiling. And he has, I mean, Juha and I happened to talk before this match started. And he told me that he loved having Roland in his right. All the heat's on Roland, all the pressure's on Roland. And now Juha, if Roland makes a raise, Juha can just move all in at will because Roland can't afford another 0.
Looking at the chips here, yellows, of course, worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds are 5. Every player starting with 100,000 in chips for this long level Texas Hold'em. Cards about to come out, and the banter at the table starting as usual.
There's only 2 robots. We've been joined by 2 female donkeys and 2. Now we've got 4 donkeys and 2 robots.
Yeah, I don't need oxygen.
These 2 are robots, if you hadn't noticed. Liz, these are robots here. We're donkeys. Everyone else is donkeys. These 2 are robots. You can tell.
It is funny. Roland doesn't mind calling himself a donkey. Obviously, Juha and Kirill the robots, he
Roland
says.
has promised. Just see you go against the...
Wow, here's an interesting position here.
Well, Kenna James clearly in a mood to make things happen. He's raised the first pot to 5,000.
Right, and like he's done before, and Roland DeWolf called with the King-Jack of Diamonds, Helppi with the Ace-4 Diamonds. Would have been a good place for Helppi to re-raise, and here we go.
Oh,
guaranteed action. We have the nut flush draw versus a second nut flush draw and an open-ended straight draw versus a pair of 10s.
Can Roland DeWolf go broke here?
Watch this. Now, Helppi may well just decide to move in here. Let's just see what he does, because the way he was taught, there's a difference between the way you talk and the way you play. He said he was going to put the max pressure on Roland. Let's see what he does.
I mean, doesn't Helppi kind of have the one hand that DeWolf is in a bit of trouble against? DeWolf must think his hand is huge. He's got an up and down straight draw.
Well, look at that.
DeWolf
is the favorite. Look at the screen. And here comes Kenna, and Roland DeWolf's going to move all in here. Watch this.
Right.
There's a raise. DeWolf's going to go all on pretty quickly, I bet.
He has to, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And now Juha's probably going to have to lay the hand down.
Roland DeWolf does move all in. The one hand he doesn't want to get called by is Juha's, I'm imagining.
Well, he's a favorite over Juha's hand, but he certainly doesn't want to get called by Juha's hand. Now, if he gets called by Kenna, he's in great shape. I don't think Kenna can call, so I just think it's going to go fold-fold. Juha's saying, why didn't I raise it on the flop?
Kenna's made a kind of an ambitious raise here, hasn't he?
He can't. There's no way he can call here. I mean, there's just no way that Kenna can call here.
I think you have King Jack, my friend.
And you have to call.
He's put Roland on a hand.
He said, I think you have King Jack, but do you want to gamble your whole stack on the first hand?
Well, that's interesting. I mean, Phil, Kenna James not in bad position table-wise, but a bagel will really put him in the thick of it and make him start thinking about possible relegation.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot. I don't think he can call.
Do you have aces? Hard to lay down aces.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's over. I would lay 6-1. Kenna's not going to call.
Well, if I'll lay sevens if Phil says that. Taking a new attitude, Phil. I mean,
great stuff though on the first hand. Can you believe this?
He's put him on King Jack, but Phil, the reality is, if Roland had a queen here, I mean, Kenna's drawing.
Kenna can't call because of the points. That's what it is. Roland's smart, he doesn't show the hand.
And this is great stuff from Roland Wolf. And Phil, as you said, that pot could have gone 100 different ways.
It could have gone 100 ways, and now look, Roland is up to $1.60 in the first hand. He's feeling good about it. I think he can control Vicky a little bit. I think he has Vicky and Kirill to his left, who he can rob a little bit. Kenna James, he won't be robbing, by the way.
The last cowboy standing, Kenna James. He's had 3/3 so far and really wants to ride this one. Means a lot to him.
I started, playing, for paychecks, just for every penny I had in my pocket. And there was days where I would sit in the car at night after losing everything I had and crying my eyes out and thinking, is this worth it? I think everybody comes to that point, and you got to push through it. And thank God I just had I had the strength to find something I really love to do. And I think, isn't that the key in life, to find something you really love? And that's really success. So I'm happy with that, and everything else that comes is just gravy.
Among the amazing things, I mean, Juha Helpy, who was a lot of bluff and bluster, but is a leopard has trouble changing their spots, I guess.
Well, that's right. And I tried to change my spots to my detriment the other day, so... Kenna with the 7 balls, he's going to come right in firing again.
Raise to 4,000 total. Pass.
Just doubled the bet.
Re-raise to 14.
Oh, Roland
Pass.
may just break KJ here.
Pass. Raised all in.
You think I'm here to give my chips away to you? Huh?
Phil, what's going on?
Well, all that talking may get Kenna in trouble because Roland might figure he wouldn't talk like that with aces or kings.
48,000.
Yep, he had to call him. And Kenna might be going on the second hand. Wow. He's a 4.5 to 1 underdog, as you see on the screen. Not quite 4.5 to 1. He's just in bad shape.
Kenna James all in here. He says he should have called the last hand. He was in better shape odds-wise, and it was a bigger pot. This is just double broken. Roland saying, I deserve to get a good start.
This is unbelievable.
Maybe he does.
Roland could have 225,000 after the second hand, for goodness sakes. All he has to do is dodge the 7. He even has the heart covered. Right now, Kenna cannot make a straight.
I don't know if 2 9s has lost in this tournament yet. You've had a pretty good results with it, Phil. Everybody has.
Yeah, 9s has been lucky, no doubt about it. There's a jack, and Kenna is down to his last card on the second hand. He's got to be just really disappointed. It's going to leave him with only 9 points, and I think he had visions of grandeur.